Hi again, it's me, Emily, live from my kitchen once again. I don't know if you remember me or not from my last video, Enrollment with Emily, but I'll reintroduce myself if you haven't met me before or if you're not sure who I am. But my name is Emily Smith. I am one of the recruitment specialists from Lincoln Land Community College. If you haven't watched the Enrollment with Emily video yet, do recommend doing that. It is on our Facebook page, and that's where I talk about steps 1, 2, and 3 of the enrollment process in detail. This video today, I will talk about step 1 of that enrollment process, which is applying. So what I'm going to do today is I will walk you through the online application step by step. A lot of people are worried they're going to type in something wrong, maybe do something wrong. So this is a really good video if you are unsure of yourself when you are applying to Lincoln Land. Put it side by side with the application on the screen and it'll be a really good visual for you when you are applying. So let's go ahead and get started. To apply to Lincoln Land, you're going to want to open your browser and go to llcc.edu, which is our main web page. I'm going to walk you through the application just so you guys can get a visual of how it is. So if you scroll down a little bit on our website, there's the Apply Now button. There's also the Getting Started button. So if you're unsure of what type of student you are, what extra information Lincoln Land might need from you depending on that, this will be a really good link to click. So we're going to click that just so you guys can see it. The Getting Started page will show you the enrollment steps at Lincoln Land, steps 1 through 3, applying, a new student orientation, and meeting with your success coach. Like I said, today I will just go over the application so you guys can get a visual of it. At the bottom here, if you're not sure what type of student you are, or maybe some extra information that Lincoln Land will need from you depending on what type of student you are, this is a really good section to look at. So say you are a student who attends a different college and you're needing to take a class at Lincoln Land over the summer to take back to your home college. That is a transfer student interested in courses only. Or maybe you are just a first-time college student, you just graduated high school, and you're interested in getting your associate's degree and getting your first 2 years of college out of the way so you can go get your bachelor's after Lincoln Land. So that would be a first-time college student interested in a degree or certificate. So just for the video's sake, I won't go through every single one, but you can look through these and it'll give you details about maybe some more information the college will need from you. So scrolling down on the first-time college student interested in a degree or certificate, it will list a little more information as far as what they're needing from you. So applying, transcripts from your high school, placement testing, orientation, and your success coach. So we're going to go through the application now. So like I said, from the main page, you can click Apply Now, or if you're needing to figure out what type of student you are, you can go to that Getting Started page. And from the Getting Started page, there will be an Applying Online link on each one. So we're going to click that and go through the application. So step 1 of the application is just going to be some basic information about yourself. You will see on each step, anything that is marked with the red star is going to be required for you to fill out. So this is where you'll put your first name, last name, middle initial, preferred first name. So if you have a name that you prefer to go by or a nickname that you prefer to go by, you'll put that there. Your date of birth and your social security number. Social security number is really important to put the correct one. So when the college receives your FAFSA information, they can match up your financial aid information with your application. So for this application's purpose, I am going to put that I am Abraham Lincoln. Fun fact, Abe Lincoln does not have a middle name, so I can't put a middle initial there. I'm going to put that I'd like to go by Abe. His birthday is February 12th, 1809. Obviously, I can't put 1809 here in this drop down, so I just put 2000. And then make sure you enter your correct social security number. Once you're done with this step, scroll down a little bit and you will hit Next. To step 2 of the application. This is just going to be your address, so they are able to send you some communications in the mail. For this application's purpose, I will just use Lincoln Land's address. So type in your address here. Oops, not a good typer. Your city, state, and a drop down right there. Make sure you put the correct zip code as well. And then county. So we're in Sangamon County here at Lincoln Land at the main campus. After you're done filling that out, you can click Next. Okay, so step 3 of the application will be some of your contact information. So you definitely want to put an email address that you have access to and that you are using and checking. Like I said, for this sake, I'm going to act like I'm Abraham Lincoln, so I'm going to put an Abraham Lincoln email here. Cell phone, home phone, work phone, other phone. So if you have a cell phone, Lincoln Land does have an application that they do text students on because that is a quicker form of communication. So make sure you're putting your cell phone there. If you're a student, you're wanting to put your cell phone there. Home phone, that is if you still have a home phone, or maybe you like to put your parents' phone number there. Emergency contact name and phone number, I put Abraham Lincoln's wife down here, but you'll obviously want to put a spouse, a family member, a parent, a guardian, anything right there for an emergency contact name. Once you are done filling out all of your contact information, you'll just scroll down a little bit and hit the next button again. Alright, so on to step 4 of the application. This is where it will ask you some more identifying characteristics about yourself for the application. These questions are just to collect demographics that the state of Illinois mandates. You'll want to make sure you answer all of these correctly. For this purpose, as I said, I am pretending I'm Abraham Lincoln. Fun fact, he actually volunteered for the Illinois militia in the Black Hawk War, so I did put that his military status was reserve. But once you're done filling all those out with the drop downs, you can see here, you're able to click next at the very bottom to move on to the next step. So, step 5 of the application will ask if you are in the U.S. on a visa, and then it'll ask your primary language as well. So fill that out and you're able to go to the next step. That was a really short step, so it's really quick to do. Step 6, it's going to ask you if you're Hispanic, Latino, or Latina. It's also going to ask your racial groups, so you're actually able to select up to 4. So if you choose not to respond, there is that option as well, but you can go through those and use the drop downs and click on those as far as what applies to you, and then once you're done with that, you can go down at the bottom and hit next again. Alright, so we're on to step 7 of the application. This one does look a little bit longer once you start scrolling, but what I have to tell you here is it's really not that long. So it's got that red little star right there, meaning that this field is required. That just means it's required of you to click one drop down, select from one of the drop downs, or one of the checkboxes. So I will kind of go through each one and tell you what each one of them means. So if you're a student who is wanting to move forward with your bachelor's degree, say you'd like to get your first 2 years of college out of the way for less cost and being close to home at Lincoln Land, that's what the first degree will be. So transfer degree is where you're going to get your associate's degree, and you're going to be able to transfer it to another school after Lincoln Land. Going through here, you can click the drop down and see all of the different programs that are there to offer for the transfer degree. So if you're someone who's wanting to come to Lincoln Land for the first 2 years and get your general education classes out of the way and transfer somewhere else after, that's the first option. That's what you'll want to choose from. Okay, on to the next drop down. After the transfer degrees, it says career and technical degrees, which is associate and applied science degrees. So basically, if you're wanting to develop skills required to enter the workforce immediately upon finishing one of these programs, these are going to be for you. They're going to be more of the hands-on, and they're completed in 2 years. So you can do the drop down and see all of the different ones to select from. We have quite a few of the healthcare careers and healthcare professions programs in here, along with some others. You'll see culinary arts is in there. We've got precision agronomy. A bunch of stuff is in there, so check through that. If you're someone who's wanting to do more of the hands-on and develop skills to enter the workforce right after completing one of these programs, this is the drop-down you'll want to select from. Alright, so scrolling down just a little bit here, the next drop down is for certificates. So they are career and technical certificates of achievement or certificates of completion. These are basically designed to develop the skills or maybe refresh some skills needed to enter the workforce. So much like the career and technical degrees, these are for skills to enter the workforce after you complete these certificates. And you can see there, it does say they're typically completed less than 30 hours and can be completed in less than 1 year. So if you're looking for a short-term program to develop skills to enter the workforce, check out these programs in here. There are a lot to choose from welding to truck driver training to mechatronics, fire science, culinary, cybersecurity, some agriculture-based programs are in there as well. Check out this drop-down if you are interested in doing something like that and completing it in less than 1 year. Mentioned before, this is just another reminder. You only have to select one thing from one of the drop downs or check one of the boxes at the bottom. If you've already selected something from one of the drop downs up top, that means you're done and you're able to click next and go to the next step. If you haven't selected anything from one of the drop downs up top, that means one of these things at the bottom will probably apply to you. So I'll go over all of the different checkboxes here at the bottom. So if you didn't select something up top, then you know kind of what applies to you at the bottom here. The first one is courses only. So if you're a student who's interested in just taking courses at Lincoln Land for credit or maybe personal interest, this is the option if you are a student at another university and you'd like to take a summer class at Lincoln Land to transfer back to your home school. This is the option that you'll want to select. Dual credit. If you're a high school student attending classes that are college credit classes here at Lincoln Land taught by your high school teacher, this will be the option you'll want to select. College Now. If you're a high school student approved by your high school for the school's College Now classes, this will be the option for you. And then the same thing for the next one. If you have been approved by your high school for the school's first semester program, that's the option you'll want to select. There's also this last option here. If you're not sure what options above describe you best and you'd like to get some help on maybe what you're wanting to study at Lincoln Land, you're undecided, or like I said, if you're not sure which option above best describes you, click this last box right here. You can actually get help from the Career Services Office and they will kind of help you figure out what path you'd like to take, maybe what you'd like to study. They're super, super helpful. So like I said, if you're unsure of what you need to click up above, then click that one. Once you select your drop-down or select your checkbox, you're able to scroll down and click Next. Alright, so on to step 8 of the application. This is going to ask when you would like to start at Lincoln Land. Fall 2020 registration is open and you are still able to register. It's going to ask you your educational goals, so you're going to select whichever one applies to you. I'm selecting that I'd like to prepare to transfer to another college or university after Lincoln Land. What type of student you are in here. I'm selecting first-time freshman, and then highest level of education at time of application. So I select none. I'm going to pretend I'm a high school student right now too. So once you're done with that, you can click next and go on to the next step. Alright, so on to step 9 of the application. This is going to ask you the high school you attended. I attended Glenwood High School, so I just selected that. There's a really long list here to choose from. You're going to select your high school completion status. So I am pretending that I am a 2020 graduate, but we haven't graduated yet, so I put not graduated from high school, and then I put 2020 from the drop down here. And then once you're done with that step, you can hit next. It's also going to ask you your highest level of education completed by either parent here on step 10. So if you're unsure, you can click the unknown option. If your parent has some college, you would select that. Maybe they have their bachelor's degree. If you're unsure, you can also ask your parents as well. So I'm going to select bachelor's degree because that's what my parents have. Once you're done with that step, you can go ahead and hit next. Step 11 of the application is just one simple question. Have you ever been expelled or dismissed from a college or university for behavioral or disciplinary reasons? Academic or grade-related issues are not applicable. You select from that drop-down yes or no and hit next when you're done. After step 11 of the application, you are complete. This screen right here is a page where you're able to review your answers. So if you're wanting to make any changes to any of these answers, you can see here, you may make any necessary changes by clicking on the link to the right of the answer. So if you typed in something wrong, put the wrong number for something, you're able to click the link right here and it will take you so you're able to go and edit that. But make sure all of the answers you put are correct. Then at the very bottom right there, it'll make you prove that you're not a robot, because I do assume you're not a robot. Once you make sure everything's good, you double check everything, prove you're not a robot, you're able to click finish, and that's how you will be able to submit the application. You'll receive a confirmation that you submitted your application to the email that you listed, and then within the next business day, you'll receive some information from the admission office regarding your next steps. Okay guys, I hope that was helpful for you to see me walk through the application on screen, kind of get a visual of the application itself and how you can apply to Lincoln Land, all the different steps and such. So if you have any questions, I am going to leave our contact information at the end of this presentation. Feel free to contact us, we can help you apply, or if you have any general questions at all, just reach out and we'll be able to help you. So thanks for watching, see you later.